Hello, everyone, and welcome to D&D Night on DDOstream, right here on twitch.tv/DDOstream. I am SSG's community manager, Cordovan, and we're going to get weird tonight. I guess all this staying at home finally got to my head. We're doing a one-shot, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be running till 10. Kind of parodying a little thing that you might know of. Some famous sitcom from the late 60s into the early 70s. All the way through the made-for-TV movies in the early 80s. I want a quick note that D&D Night on DDOstream is brought to you by Fantasy Grounds. You can find out more at fantasygrounds.com. They sponsor the show by getting us some free content, and we really appreciate them doing that. They have the most virtual licenses of any virtual tabletop. That means you can play just about any old thing you want to using the software, and you can get a free account at fantasygrounds.com. They have a new Unity version coming out in the near future here, but you don't need to wait for that and get started today. All right, so tonight's episode is called The 3-Hour Tour. And just sit right back. You're going to hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from a tropic port aboard a tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the Minotaur would be lost. Yep, the Minotaur would have been lost. The ship set ground on the shore of an uncharted desert isle with Gil Egan, Skipper 2, a millionaire and his wife, a theater star, the professor, and Mary Ann, on what became known as Gil Egan's Isle. The party here tonight has got 3 hours to survive and find a way off the island, and let's do some introductions. You have 3 hours to find your way off the island.
I think we are currently hearing.
Yep, sorry, you're hearing through that. How about if I use push to talk? That should make things quite a bit easier.
That might help.
That's fine. You just got the opening, which I can drop into chat. Let's do a little round of introductions here, starting with Groovy. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right. And you also are a regular here on D&D Night on DDOstream. In addition, you do a show before this one, Alex and Lynn, on Sundays, where you play DDO. So you can check that out on DDOstream, too. With you also is Lynn. How you doing, Lynn?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Finally, here we've got Even.
Hello. I'm Even. But, you knew that by now.
All right. So where we find ourselves at a makeshift campsite. It's been a couple of days since the group of you ended up crashing the ship, surviving, thankfully, the crash. You've had time to set up some makeshift cabins, one for each of you. You were all going to try to share a cabin, but I don't know. Personality conflicts got in the way, and you ended up each building your own cabin. You also found a goose. And the goose caused some problems, but is now a fine member of the crew. I'm going to largely let you decide what you need to do. The one thing you do not have right now, with one exception, is rations. So you don't have any food, and you've got basically the survival tools you have on you, plus anything you want to tell me about to try to survive. And then let's see how the story unfolds here in the coming 3 hours. So what would you say is a first order of business? It is morning.
Well, as the skipper, I can say I am very hungry for breakfast. So my first priority is to send Gilligan there over to get some coconuts so we can have breakfast. Or maybe go fishing, little buddy.
Skipper, why do I have to do all the work?
Well, you're so spry. I can't get up a coconut tree.
I am a lot more spry than you.
Well, that's true. That's true. You also do see the one member of the crew who's just kind of staying by herself saying, I'm not going anywhere, is one Lovie Wentworth Howell. And she is sitting in a makeshift, well, actually, she's kind of sitting in a makeshift log, and she's working to put together, I think it's a reclining chair. Perhaps something to sun herself with?
I'm not surprised.
All right, so you and the skipper wanted to go basically get some food, look for some coconuts, and search around, correct?
Yup.
That is correct. Little
See a
buddy
lot
and
of
I.
palm trees.
All right, while they're doing that, is there anything that, say, a professor would like to do?
Yeah, the professor's going to see what stuff he's got and start trying to whip up either a signaling device, the starting of a signaling device, or probably some way of rendering down the unused parts of the coconuts when they get back.
Well, that sounds good. So you can look at your inventory. Maybe a metal disc would come in handy for some kind of signal. Are you looking for you're looking for a visual signal, right?
Right.
All right. So maybe mirrors, things like that might also be good.
Yeah. I'll probably take that metal disc and setting the magnifying glass aside for later to make a quick start fire, and probably see what bits of bamboo or other
Would
wood
the
pieces I can make a
signal
tripod.
would the signal whistle and ship's wheel help you, Professor?
Yes, it would.
Well, here you go.
Well, there you go. All right, so I'm going to have basically Gilligan and Skeeper go off on their trip here. I'm going to move them to a slightly different map, and I'll share the map with everybody just so that everyone can see what's going on here. So you go through the woods for quite some time. It's a jungle type thing. There's a lot of bugs and insects and other gross things. However, you do get to the shore of where your ship is, and you see some coconuts in the trees, things like that. What would you like to do?
Okay, little buddy. If I get form a sort of a hammock here under your feet, you can lunge up into this tree and get these coconuts.
That sounds like a plan. Want me up,
Let's do it!
Skipper?
All right, so Skipper, I'm going to ask you to make a strength check, and Gil Egan a dexterity check. Nice. You've planned for this. You're used to hauling people up, so absolutely you haul them straight up, and let's see how Gilligan does.
Oh, there we go. My dice got stuck there for a sec.
All right. You kind of fumble and stumble around. You haven't fallen over yet. You do see a coconut. What are you going to try to do?
I'm gonna grab the coconut.
All right. Let's see another dex check here. Unfortunately, it's not enough, and you lose your balance and fall to the ground. Thankfully, you're not hurt because you land on sand. You didn't land on Skeeper, so Skeeper's okay too. There is a coconut on the ground. However, while trying to get your foothold kind of as you were falling backwards, you ran across some branches, and wouldn't you know it, but a big snake is here. And I'm going to have you roll for initiative.
Real life me, it's like, ooh, cool, snake. Gilligan is probably like, yeah. Tower or out of it?
Initiative is fine. Just put it wherever. All right. So there's a nasty looking constrictor snake that is really quite large as well. And it is hissing at you very angrily. Looks like Skeeper, you're up first.
Well, let's see. What kind of snake is this?
A large constrictor snake.
A big one. Be
Ooh,
careful, Skeeper.
It looks juicy. Let's see. I will try to Wait, I gotta find me on. Okay. I'm too worked up. This is just crazy.
Yeah, you try to grab onto it, but it's just not or hit it with the thing, but it's just a little bit too slithery. It looks to you and strikes.
Look out, Skeeper!
Luckily, I'm bulky.
And it misses. Gil, it's your turn.
Well, since it tried to attack the Skeeper, I kind of want to run away, but I'm gonna stab my javelin at it.
And you basically...
Oh, I think I missed the snake and got my big toe.
So the good part is you did not get your big toe. However, there is now a hole in your kind of makeshift sandal that you had put together.
Oh, darn.
We're just going to keep the turn order going for this mini combat. Skeeper, it's your turn.
Little buddy!
Be
Oh,
careful, Skeeper.
wah, wah.
That is a miss, too. Let's see. The snake is
Get
going
it.
to attack the Skeeper again. And misses again. All right, Gil-Egan. Sorry.
I'll save you, Skeeper. With my mighty javelin.
Nope. All right, Skeeper,
Also,
it's
I'm
your
not sure
turn.
why that attack had opportunity. I don't see why that would have been. But doesn't matter, because I missed anyway.
Oh, let's see. Let me try it. Oh, I'm going to drop this club and pick up my javelin because I'm a little bit better.
Ooh, nice. Natural 20. You pierce it right behind the neck, and now you not only have a coconut,
Yay, Skeeper!
but as long as you don't mind snake meat, you've got some dinner.
Well, snake's not dead yet, is it?
Yes, it's dead, and now you have a
Oh,
snake.
okay.
All right.
All right, little buddy. Let's head back.
Well, so here's the thing,
Do we
though.
want some more coconut, Skeeper? Because I don't know if everybody's going to want to eat snake meat.
Good point.
All
Try
right,
and toss him back.
All right, do a strength check, and Gil-Egan, do a dex check. Nice. Easily haul them up, and this time you're coordinated. You grab one of the coconuts, and however, you notice something down the beach a little ways. It looks like, I don't know, some... You're kind of having a hard time seeing it, but it almost looks like some lumps, maybe about a dozen or so, kind of strewn around the beach, down a little ways.
Wonder what those lumps are, Skeeper?
Could it be eggs?
Oh, I could go for some nice scrambled eggs right now.
Me too, little buddy. Let's go check it out.
All right, so I'm going to share the sheet with you and bring you over. As you head down the beach, you notice another shipwreck. This is a much larger ship. It looks to be some kind of, maybe, it would have been a cargo ship, although it's completely grounded, and it looks like maybe it was a fairly recent grounding as well. It's not, you don't see a lot of kind of old growth, say, on the wreckage. It looks like it may be brand new. But the other thing that's particularly telling about it is that there are more than a dozen bodies that are strewn both in the water and around the beach. You notice one of them in the center maybe is moving.
These aren't eggs, little buddy. I don't think we should eat them.
I don't want to eat them. I'm scared,
I
Skeeper.
don't think we should eat them.
I don't
So,
want to
how far
eat
are we
'em.
from everybody else?
Oh, we're playing fast and loose a little bit with it, but you're down along the shoreline, so maybe 5 minutes walk, something like that.
Like
Not a
one
particularly
screen
long
wipe
ways.
away.
Yeah, basically a screen wipe away.
I'm for running.
Okay, Skeeper, let's run for it.
Ah!
All right. So, do you run back to the campsite then?
Yes.
All right, let me actually call up that map real quick. All right, so the rest of the group sees Gil, Egan, and Skeeper running up with shocked expressions on their face, and they turn to you expectantly. And although Roy and Thurston can do whatever they want.
Well, Thurston will obviously turn looking expectantly to see what they've brought back, and the professor's, of course, occupied, trying to come up with things that he can use to make other things.
All right, I think there's some skills on your character sheet specifically about building things and stuff. Does it say kind of what you need to do, or in terms of checks, or is it just passive given time?
Some of it's passive given time. Some of it requires the tools to do the thing. So I fleshed out some of that. So for now, he's got just a little bit of time, and it's the professor, so even less time than you'd really think, and he'll probably come up with some stuff.
Do you have any thoughts in your head about how you'd want to make this beacon signal?
Well, for the beacon signal, that will start out with like the metal disc. I'm not entirely sure how high it is, and he was hoping they'd come back with some coconut so he could spread some oil across it, which increases his reflectivity to use as a even brighter signal, just as one that can be flashed. And then next stage, he's making plans to build a settable bonfire for when something is spotted.
Sure. Just give me a quick check of whatever it is you feel would be best, and we'll see kind of how this thing's going.
So pretty much you see Skipper running along with a snake flapping along in his arms, and Gil Egan running with an amount of coconuts.
We have 2 coconuts, is that right? Or did
Yep,
we just
you got
get
2
one?
coconuts.
Oh, one on the ground and one from the mighty toss.
Yep. Yeah, so you've got 2 coconuts, and unfortunately you're having some problems, Roy, although you definitely have a good-looking disc and everything there. It's just a matter of you're missing some binding material.
Right. So I will bring that up. Did you all happen to find or see any like strong vines or?
We saw bodies. They're everywhere. They're coming after us. Little Buddy and I, we just ran.
Yeah, there were bodies everywhere, and one of them was moving. I think it might have been a Oh wait, wrong show.
Is it? Is it really? I don't know. I bet there's a lot of crossover there. All right, so they
Ginger's
let you know.
laying out in the sun, just watching.
So there are things coming after you. Lovey Wentworth Howell says, "What are you? Who's going to protect me?"
Well, yes, this is Thurston. Who's going to protect us? What are we going to do? Looking nervous.
Does Professor Roy have an opinion, basically among the chaos here, about what might be the best course of action?
Well, we should first go and see what actually it is. It could have just been someone hurt, or and then kind of trails off, waiting for the next.
We thought it was eggs, but it wasn't eggs.
It was definitely not eggs.
Well, why don't some of us go and take a look at it, and if things come, we'll come back here. That way we can all face it together. I would suggest people get in their cabins and get ready for things to come this way.
Oh, I will definitely hide in my cabin, Lovey says. And the goose squawks in with her.
I want to see what's
Marianne.
going on.
Marianne said, Professor, if you're looking for something to bind, you could take the husk of the coconut and shred that off, and maybe we could braid that into something to bind things together.
You also get
sure.
the idea that just strolling down the beach, you might find some vines or something like that could help with your invention.
That's what I was thinking to start with. But you're also right. As depending on how long we're here, I guess we can amass quite a number of threads.
I'm sure there are more coconuts. I mean, they weren't gone long and found 2 already, so I'm sure we can find more.
Yeah, you do see it. You think probably coconuts are certainly going to be in good supply here, and you've seen some kind of signs of general jungle life, so you probably could have some meat. I don't know how many of you are going to be interested in eating rat, but it's certainly a possibility. All right, so it looks like what? Gil, Egan, Skeeper, and Professor Roy and Thurston go back to the beach. Is that right?
That's the plan. We convince Thurston to go for his own good, and then yes.
All right, let me put you on the map. Is Mary coming along, or is Mary hiding?
Mary will come along.
Okay.
She's not overly timid.
All right, so you see the wreckage of a large cargo ship, very seriously destroyed. Looks like it also burned at one point. You could see if maybe there are things you could salvage from it, but it's certainly not overflowing with obvious treasure or anything like that. You also see about a dozen dead bodies scattered around the shoreline and around the beach. One of the bodies in particular is sitting there slowly starting to kind of get up. He's actually on his elbows when you come forward, and he looks at...
There it is! Get it!
Get it, Professor?
Well, let's go and see if he's all right.
Okay, you do that. We'll guard the rear.
All right, you start moving forward, and you hear a faint voice saying, help me, help me.
That's what I thought.
Well, I'll go see.
Well, come on, he appears to be hurt. Let's see if we can do something about it.
Yeah, he could use some healing. He looks like he's been banged and bruised, unlike everyone else around him, not dead. You don't know what the immediate cause of death was. Probably drowned, but not everyone on the beach clearly drowned. Hard to say what happened there. Some of the bodies are looking pretty mangled. He, however, is just got some kind of scrapes and cuts and gashes and things like that, so he was probably unconscious, but it looks like his wounds itself are not something that would be fatal.
I can give him some healing, but I want to make sure he didn't kill all these other people before we do anything nice for him.
Well, what are you going to do?
Who are you? How did you get here?
My name is Rohong Feldman, and I am, I don't know how I got here. We were on a ship, and then, I don't know, there was fire and screaming, and I woke up here just a bit ago to see you two run away from me.
We thought you were a ghost!
Well,
We've also recently crashed and are a bit on edge.
you are. So I had always thought this island was completely empty. I was surprised to find you here. I thought perhaps you were pirates.
No, we were just out on basically a sightseeing cruise and had a storm come up and ran us aground here.
Maybe that's what happened to my crew as well. Where he looks around, sees all the dead bodies, and goes, "Oh no, the entire crew must be dead."
Skipper's gonna come up and start looking at the debris and stuff, see if there's anything interesting to...
You see a little bit of kind of food stuff, soggy grain, things like that. Probably not good anymore, but you could maybe have food for a day or two from it. You see some charred planks and masts. And Professor, you actually see some hempen rope that is not too charred and would probably work just fine for general binding.
Like, there's lots of materials that we can make some more use of than letting it rot in the sun, for sure, that we should gather. Since looking for valuables.
All right, so you get on board the ship. I'll put you on board. Is it just you, Roy, or who else is coming along there?
It'll be.
I'll
there's
check out the
some-
ship.
So he's just more timid.
Wait, are you guys? I don't want to go on this ship, but are you guys gonna leave me here alone with this guy?
Hey, little buddy, you're in charge.
Oh, okay, Skipper.
All right. It looks like, Skeeper, you see what looks like a rope, a pretty nice, sturdy rope. Do you want to try to grab it?
Yes.
Okay, as you go to grab it, you realize it is not actually a rope at all, but is in fact a giant centipede.
Ooh!
And it, well, centipedes don't hiss, except in movies. So it hisses. Roll for initiative.
Oh!
Clear out the mushrooms. Oh, wait.
Initiative.
All right, it looks like the giant centipede goes first and is going to attack you, Skeeper,
Ooh!
with a bite. Wide miss, however. And now it is Gil Egan's turn.
Oh. Okay, come on, Dravelin. I am. It's hard to tell with the squares, but I am within range, I'm thinking.
Correct.
Okay. Here comes my javelin. Come on, javelin.
All right, you actually managed to hit it all the way through.
Good hit, little buddy.
Yeah,
Skipper,
good hit.
Skipper. Oh, wait a minute. I'm still on the shore. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong icon.
Well, I'll have you
Okay,
move
so I
forward.
threw my javelin.
Yeah, and you directly hit it. Amazing. All right, roll for damage. All right, it is down. However, a couple more show up.
Oh, phooey. And I'm level 2. I don't have another attack.
All right, it is Professor Roy's turn.
Okay. What do we got here? All right. I guess he will deploy his. Take this, Cliphodia gigantus.
Nice. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too squirmy. You're just not set out for combat. All right, giant centipede number 2 turns to you, Roy, and attacks. Does hit and bites you for 6 points of damage. I need you to make a Constitution save of 11.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you did not make the save. I'm not going to have it do damage due to the level range here, but you are paralyzed from the giant centipede attack.
Okay. In that case, he's paralyzed in the TV manner.
Indeed. Thurston, your turn.
All right. Let's see, Thurston. I've bet. Well, a javelin it is. So he's gonna.
All of you should also have a club for melee attacks, I think.
Let's see. So Skipper looks like he's close enough to the giant centipede. So let's see. It's quarterstaff. which he thwacks it because it's distracted by the skipper.
And it is dead. They are just centipedes. Mary Summer Shield.
Okay, this is not good. Now, the professor, you're fairly injured, correct?
He took 6 points of damage, but he is paralyzed as well.
I can't really do anything about the paralysis. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to come over here while I decide if I want to heal the professor or smack the centipede. Professor's an artificer?
Yep.
Does he have any self-healing?
Nope.
Okay, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on the professor.
Fully healed.
And that's my turn.
Skeeper, you're up. The giant centipede to your south, down 2 squares, is still healthy. The other 2 are dead.
Excellent. All right, Javelin.
And another miss.
Oh.
You don't have your land legs, I guess.
Ginger's hanging out
Yep.
at the cabin.
And so is Lovey. All right. Gil, your turn.
Oh, darn, me again? Well, I'm in charge, so I better stay here and guard this guy. So I'm going to throw my javelin again.
Bam.
Nice. Bam. With another hit.
Well, it's almost like somebody else is throwing it for me.
All right. It is injured, but not quite dead. Thurston. It is very, very gross. Normally, you have people who take care of this for you, but...
Oh, right now it's facing the other direction, so... It doesn't matter.
It's a miss. All right.
And the wrong character.
Yep. Oh, actually, it was Mary's turn.
Oh. I'm going to take my club, and I'm going to whack it.
Okay, you squish it. You bugs.
Okay, it's gross, but at least it's dead.
Hey,
So-
Professor, you want us to scrape this up for you?
Yeah,
Stand
so
there
Professor,
frozen.
can you take a some kind of knowledge or arcana check or something like that?
Sure.
Excellent. So, if you're not mistaken, these centipedes actually have a healing palliative property that if you were able to turn them into some kind of liquid and then drink that liquid, perhaps say from a coconut, it should not only cure your paralysis, but also heal wounds.
I
The
will make note
coconuts
of
are
that.
back at the camp, though, aren't they? Did we bring them?
Oh, you could always bring him to
I
the
can carry him.
That's true.
I'll sling. Skeeper will sling the professor over his shoulder. Somebody grab all this rope.
All right, so you've got the professor over his shoulder, and someone's grabbing some rope. Presumably, you're going to grab the centipede guts somehow.
Hey, Marianne, why don't you get all that slop?
Gil, could you come here a minute? I'll come over here and watch this guy. Go over there and help the professor.
You also see Rohong makes his way to the ship, entering a lower berth cabin. He says, I think I might have something back here. All right. He comes out about a minute later and says, no, doesn't look like. Must be gone. Are you going back to the camp, or what you going to do?
Well, he wasn't down there very long. Do you think we should search the ship and see what else there might be on here? Well, not me. My hands are full of centipede guts. I can't carry anymore.
And Skeeper's busy with Professor Roy. Thurston could do a little searching. Rohong says, well, let me know what you want, and I can... Well, I don't know where your camp is, so I guess I better come with you. If that's okay.
Sure.
Well, Thurston and I could check out the ship.
Yep. He's on it. He's looking for stuff.
All
That
right.
he can...
Perception if we're checking out the ship?
Sure.
Am I allowed to use investigation instead? It's slightly higher. They're both
that's
pretty
fine.
bad, though.
That's fine.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can guarantee you I just did not find anything.
All right. Marie is looking around, but, finds nothing of importance. And Thurston, however, sees, aha, a mirror, and has a mirror.
Hork.
Also sees a, basically a pedestal, part of it anyway, that's still left over on the top deck, where they would have put a telescope.
Okay, so there should be a telescope. Head towards where the captain's cabin.
All right. In the captain's cabin, you see what appears to be a dead body. The captain must have decided to go down with the ship. In addition, it's pretty waterlogged down there. There was a kind of a hole in the back. It's sort of charred, actually, on the outside. Is that maybe cannon fire or something like that? Otherwise, you see the captain's log, but it's pretty waterlogged.
Well, he'll grab it anyway. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm trying to determine. I don't think he would rifle through the captain's pockets. Well, no one's here, so sure.
You find a pocket watch.
You have to get rich somehow.
No, I don't. He found a watch that goes in his pocket.
All right. Rohong says, can I see your camp? It's been a long... I need to rest. I need some warmth. Do you have a fire?
We do. Let's go. So, meantime, Ginger has skinned the snake and made a hearty snake stew for when
Nice.
everybody gets back.
On top of that, you fashioned it surprisingly into some kind of fancy-looking necklace.
It's gorgeous, darling. I am a movie star, after all.
All right, so the crew comes back with a paralyzed professor and a stranger who identifies himself as Rohong Feldman.
How does the goose react to the stranger?
The goose squawks and runs towards the edge of camp.
Interesting.
Does it squawk or does it honk?
Squonk, I guess. I don't know.
Squawk, squawk, goose.
Rohong starts by making his way to the campfire.
I will put Professor down by the fire, close enough to be warm, but not too close, and ask him what to do with this bug juice.
All right. Give me some kind of... Let's see.
I can help too, darling.
Just let me know if there's anything I can do, Professor.
Make a performance check, Professor.
Okay.
Alright, even though you're paralyzed, you realize you can kind of talk through your teeth like this, although it might be a little hard to understand you. So you can tell them how to make the centipede
Push
poison
to talk, Alex.
paralyze.
So, get a coconut, cut it open, pour the water out into another container, then squeeze the centipede juices into it and stir for a while.
Well, Ginger will donate one half of her new coconut bra bathing suit to the cause.
Nice. So, in pretty quick order, you were able to make an anti-paralysis liquid. It tastes like giant centipede guts, but you are now unparalyzed. And if people if people want, you can drink centipede guts. It'll heal you.
Right.
I'm glad I'm not injured.
So, I think what he will do is he'll make it
Do me a favor and pull up the combat log quick.
in little containers, so it can be drunk without looking at it.
Okay, good.
And then when everybody starts to
mind.
forget what
I'm
what it is, it won't be such a big deal.
Yeah, that sounds great. So Rohong says, I need to sleep. Can I borrow one of your... He points to whatever these things are. Thatched huts.
You can stay with little buddy.
Well, actually, there are 7 of us, and and 9 huts. 8 counting the goose. So yeah, even counting the goose, there's 9 of us, 9 huts. So we've got an empty hut.
Oh, we got overexcited building huts. Excellent.
Well, one is, one of them is the dining table, right? Where you have to just kind of sit around, and one of them is like where they put the would be the radio and stuff if and when they can find it. So,
well, he can stay in the radio hut.
all right. So he goes in there, and you soon hear some deep snoring from it.
Everyone, enjoy my delicious boa constrictor soup. It's quite tasty.
Is there any more coconut meat left?
It's coconut flavored boa constrictor soup.
Well, we have to eat.
You can have the other half of my coconut bra.
That's all right. Why don't you keep it?
Okay, and the professor, once in shape, will go and start making his tripod and everything for the disc, and then.
Yep. For the tripod, what did you want to use?
Let's see. I'll use. I guess it's. Do they have bamboo? Probably.
Yeah, we're
Hey
going to say yes
professor,
on the
would
bamboo.
this hey professor, would this portable RAM and truth serum help?
It'd be good to have around.
Here you go. I have lots of stuff.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Dude.
The more stuff we have, the more.
They're all in the
things we can
party
make from
sheet.
it.
Yeah, well, the Wentworth Howells, they're pretty wealthy, and even though you had to bail on the ship, they took what they considered only their necessities, which included a lot of stuff. All right, so you pretty quickly, in the course of a couple hours, put together the beacon-style thing on a tripod. It'll rotate around so you can kind of move it in the direction you want, and, it'll at least flash off the sunlight.
All right. And at one point, Thurston's pulled out a mirror to see what's going on, and it gets noticed. And he is convinced to donate it to the project.
All right, so now it's got a mirror either on the other side or on the same side. I don't know, however you want to do it.
So I'm thinking now it will be like a light, which can be generated. and then light will bounce off the mirror, and then from the mirror, the disc, and there's a magnifying glass involved, and all that good stuff to make it just to amp it up so it can be used at night.
All right. So where do you want to place it?
Well, where do you have the most clearance?
Well, you haven't done a lot of exploration of the island, but you do know that there's the beach. That would certainly see more sun than the, jungle. Although it's pretty clear here. If you wanted to shine it straight up, for example, you find a clearing even nearby. But if you want to put it, like, say, across the water or something like that, you'll probably want to go down to the beach.
Right. Well, for now, we will set it up, let's see, about here. So it's enough to be unseen, but not enough that it's a separate.
Okay, so you've got it kind of balanced against the sunlight, although, you realize that that's not going to last too long as the sun keeps moving. Maybe you need some kind of way to rotate it or something, huh?
Well, we happen to have this wheel for the from the previous ship, not the current wrecked ship, but we've got that, so we can mount it on that, and then let's see what kind of gear.
You have enough rope that you're able to scavenge from the ship and that, and tie it to there no problem. The goose is curious about the thing and starts honking at it.
Well, I guess there's only one thing to do, and that's to make a wheel cage for the goose to go into.
So you basically tie the goose to the wheel, and then the goose just sort of runs around and makes it move?
Yep.
That sounds good. So you have a beacon. Perhaps it's going to work, maybe. What else would you like to do for food? You've got coconut meat. It's good. It's not going to feed 7 people for very long.
I have 2 days worth of rations I'm willing to share, but that's not going to feed us all for very long either.
How much snake stew did we get?
Yeah, you're fine for now. You're just thinking ahead to tomorrow at this point, as it's about mid-afternoonish.
So there's a chance that island that seems to be this big, we don't know exactly how big it is, but just looking at the flora and fauna on it, it's probably developed enough to have like wild hogs.
That does seem fairly likely, yeah.
So just planning ahead, I'll let people know if you see any, try to keep an eye out for them.
Well, I could go out hunting again. Me and little buddy.
Hogs are scary, though.
I recommend only going after the male ones, and if you can, just so we keep having them, and not a bunch of them, just like one at a time, and at least 3 of you, 3 people going after the one.
What do you say, Thurston?
Well, I don't know. I mean, shouldn't someone else go ahead and do that?
Well, the professor and Ginger, they're busy, and we're not going to talk about your wife. So I think it's up to us.
Well, I guess that's all right. We used to hunt back in the day. It'd just be me and some servants and 20 dogs and.
Oh, this will be just like it. I bet it'll be even more fun. Let's go.
All right, so who all is going to go? We see Thurston, right? And who else?
Skipper. And Skipper invited little buddy, but it's up to him.
Okay. I guess I can go, but I'm pretty worried about this.
So, to make this more likely to be successful, Professor is going to give Thurston a crossbow. which he can use when it's not. All right, and then he keeps a spear. Just so Thurston feels more safe, because it's more like hunting.
That sounds good. All right, so you start making your way through a jungle path and find a clearing here. Looks like it was these trails. You actually find your way on what appears to be a wildlife trail, whether it's deer or hopefully boar. You're not quite sure. Off in the distance, Gil Egan, you're talking and you hear a little rustle from the bush behind you.
I hear a little rustle behind me.
Skeeper crouches down and starts creeping forward with his javelin.
Okay. So as you get near the bush, what are you going to do?
I don't know which way to go.
Oh, this bush to the south. Let me just circle the one that I'm talking about. There we go. That one is the one that's rustling.
I will motion for Thurston to circle around the other way, and I'll start circling around this way until little buddy just stay where he is, and we'll flush it out and get it.
Okay. I hope it doesn't come running out at me.
It's running out at them.
All right. With a really strange squeal, the bush starts running at Gil Egan.
Get it!
I make a grab for whatever it is.
Roll for initiative.
I totally didn't want a 20.
I got a 20.
Well, I mean, you two are on it.
Okay, that's funny. I thought it said awkward shrub, and I was like, I feel you, shrub.
Yeah, it's an awakened shrub. All right, and I see Gil as going first.
Okay. Here comes my javelin. Because it does more damage than my club.
Well, you pierce it, although it kind of just goes through the branches because it is a bush. And you miss.
Help!
Oops.
I'll help you, little buddy.
All right, Skeeper, you're up next.
Did that go through?
I need to reset that. There we go. Yeah, Skeeper's next. Sorry, I accidentally reset my combat tracker, but we're just going to go in order here for this round.
Okay, so I guess
no, it did
didn't
not.
go through. Okay, I'll do it again.
Oh, no, your javelin +1, 21, did hit. Yes, sorry about that. So it did hit. And it looks like it let out another squeal. Why are bushes squealing? I don't know. Let's see. The one that is not yet attacked is Thurston. I'm going to let you go next.
Okay. Hooray!
And you hit as well. Nice. And do a whole bunch of damage against it. You pierce it, and trees don't like nails.
And then I'm done.
All right, let me find it.
Oh, what am I talking about? Bonus action dodge. Then I'm done.
Okay. It is going to run up to you, Thurston. Kind of scrub over to you, I guess.
Does Gilligan get an attack of opportunity for that?
Yes.
Okay, here comes my javelin again.
And it's a miss.
There goes my javelin again.
And it's going to rake you with its shrubbery.
Okay, and that's
Bring us the shrubbery.
Nyeh.
at disadvantage until it hits.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to actually do regular combat now that we're back on track. So we have got... Gil, your turn.
Trusty javelin. Yay.
Nice hit. All right. And the shrubbery is once again shrubbery. However, the commotion by that one tree, here's the plus side. You found your boar. And it comes bolting out of the woods. Out of the bush to attack.
Are we staying on the same initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
So it charges at you, Thurston.
Okay. Still disadvantage to hit until I'm hit.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Charge. Put the effect rather than the thing. Let's see. Oh, I see what I did wrong. All right. I'm going to have to remove that earlier damage.
It didn't apply to damage. It's just an effect on me.
Okay. And that was disadvantage, you said, right?
Yep.
I'm going to redo that one then. All right, misses. It is Skeeper's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go screaming towards it. And javelin.
That's how I'd go towards it too.
What?
All right. Awakened Shrub is unconscious. Let's see. You wounded it. Get that off the thing. Thurston, your turn.
Okay. The damage 2d6 slashing effect you'll want to remove from. I'm going to use my cutting action to use a bonus action to disengage. Do.
Okay.
And then shoot it.
That is a hit.
Now that I've got an ally within 5 feet of it.
Hey, did anybody think to check if this is a boy boar, or a girl boar?
It's a too close boar.
Professor told us to get a boy.
I don't think we really want to take the time to figure that out.
You could. It might not be the best use of your time, but, you know. Thurston, you're up.
All right, then. We will shoot first, miss, and bonus action high. Because again, rogue stuff.
All right.
And he does pretty well.
Nice. Okay, cool. So it looks to you, Skeeper, Actually, it looks to you, Gilligan, and starts charging.
Ah!
And now it's going to make a tusk attack. And it hit.
I'm not feeling so good.
Oh, actually, that's not. That doesn't seem
Oh,
right. It shouldn't be
oh, no.
twice the damage. It should be half that. So take.
Oh, Marianne!
Let's roll it down.
Marianne, I.
I don't know why it rolled 4. It should just be 2d6. Oh, I do know why, because it automatically did the charge attack as well. All right, so yeah, Gilligan is unconscious.
Little buddy!
Hmm.
You made
Skipper's
your
really
first death
mad
save.
now.
Professor, it's your turn. Or the professor is not here. Skeeper, your turn.
Ah! I'm too upset. Oh, it did. It hit.
It did.
I'm slightly upset. What is with rolling ones on damage?
All right, well, you did 5
I wish
points of
the
damage.
board
to
had
it.
rolled 1 on damage.
It is the giant boar's turn. It turns to you and makes a tusk attack. Skeeper. That is a hit. For 13 points of damage. Skeeper, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I was just looking at what I have, and I have action surge, which basically lets me do two actions.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna do 2 attacks. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Second
yeah.
level, push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take 1 additional action on top of your regular action
Yeah.
and a
There's
possible bonus.
nothing against doing, nothing preventing you from doing 2 attack actions.
All right.
Ooh, nat.
Bam.
20.
I'm angry.
You wouldn't like me when I may. Oh, wrong show again.
It is
Knock out
wounded.
my little body.
Yeah, second hit. For 6 more points of damage.
Oh!
Gil.
I
You
think I'm
made your-
basically laying here unconscious.
Yeah, you made your death save, so you're at 1 hit point.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Nice.
I feel a little better.
Anything else you want to do?
I think that's all I can do, actually.
All right, Thurston, your turn.
Okay.
I just
Alright.
realized I had inspiration. I should have added it to my healing.
Nice. So you did. Ooh, you knocked it down. You have now got that dead boar. And when it flops on its side, you can tell it is male.
Oh, good.
Well, I see that my aim is still good.
Good show, Thurston.
Phew!
You all right there, little buddy?
Yeah, Skipper, how about you?
I'm feeling fine. I got pretty angry, though.
Is the damage in the combat tracker on the Skipper correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I did get it. I'm feeling a little woozy.
Can I heal the Skipper?
Yep.
There's a little bit for you, Skipper.
Wait, I can do a second one. On your turn, you use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
Yep.
Okay, so just roll a d10.
Yep. You should actually be able to drag it right to you, I believe.
From the ability list.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try.
If not, just roll a 1d10. That's fine.
Yeah, it didn't.
All right, so that was 10 hit points, right?
Yes. Oh, I feel better.
You feel great. All right, so now you've got the boar. You also know that some of these bushes don't like people.
Let's investigate this bush. We might want to bring it back for the professor.
I'll stand guard over here while you investigate it. That boar might have friends in there.
Well, it's a now dead bush. Kind of hard to tell how it came alive. It's bleeding sap.
Do we see
Sap might
any
be
like
useful.
We should collect that sap in something.
Does the bush look light?
Yeah, it's not. You could lift it up, sure. It's carryable.
No, let's carry it. Is there
well,
something we can truss this boar up to, like a stick? You know, the whole walking through the woods with the boar hanging from the...
Yeah, you find a stick that would be suitable to tie it up with if you wanted to try to, do the 2-person carry sort of thing.
Let's do it.
Thurston will take the light bush and let them carry the boar, because
right.
obviously.
Okay, let's get back to camp.
You'll notice that most of the weight of the boar is like towards Gil's side
I did notice.
as we walk.
All right, so you get back to camp with a boar and a bush with some sap. If you want to make a knowledge check, Professor.
Meantime, Ginger has remade her coconut bra bathing suit and is used some of the coconut oil to make a suntan lotion and has created a bonfire area where you can lay out and is getting a nice tan.
And Lovie is joining you with sunglasses on and a nice
and we're
hat.
sipping, what's the drink you make with coconut with the
Pina colada.
margarita? Pina coladas, yes.
All right, there you go.
Don't ask how we got all the other ingredients. It's a secret.
Yeah, they were on board, maybe, because why not? So, Professor, you aren't sure exactly what kind of bush it is, but you do certainly think that sap could be used with, like, say, some test tubes and other kinds of things to make a pretty nice glue.
Fantastic. I think one of these will end up being a supply thatch roof cottage, whatever it is.
Yeah, at the very least, it would be good for that. You may have to find a bunch more. I don't think one tree is going to be enough, but at least you've got an opportunity here.
Right.
Here, I have this bucket. You can put the sap into it.
Okay. We'll do that. So I guess somebody should start dressing that boar and get it ready. We can figure out what to do with its non-meat parts and sort that out.
I'm not giving it my clothes. Why does it need to get dressed anyway?
Gil again.
Yep.
So you do that in terms of dressing the boar. Who wants to be in charge of boar guts duty?
I think little Buddy does.
Yeah. I've had a feeling I was going to get volunteered for that.
So here's the trick. How are you going to cut open the boar?
Why don't you use this dagger that I have?
All right. So you want to toss him the knife?
Yep.
How about if you just hand it to me?
Okay.
All right. So you cut open the boar, and yes, it is what you would expect. pretty gross. However, the smell of it gets Rohong out of the tent. He is looking a lot better. He comes over and says, "Ah, my new friends. I see that we're well on our way to a feast of a dinner here."
Who am I closest to? I'm going to just fade back here. I'm going to sneak over here and just like whisper to the professor's ear. Are we sure we can trust this guy?
Let's see, it's a professor. Well, I don't see why not yet.
Yet.
He just seems kind of regular so far, other than he was the only survivor.
What killed all? I mean, did they get killed just from the ship crashing? What killed all those people? And why
Probably
did
that
he
plus
survive?
fire.
Oh, that's true.
Hello, dear. Have a pina colada.
Oh, thank you.
She says to Rohan.
Oh, to Rohan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's extra tequila in it, or whatever is in a pina colada.
He's sipping on it and says, in return for this, perhaps you'd like to sit down and I can tell you a story about how I crashed and became the
I
only
love
survivor with you.
stories.
I'd like to hear this.
All right.
Maybe I'll make my next movie of it.
Let me just say that one of you does have an ability to help determine this person's sort of whether they're here to help you or not. So you might want to look at your character sheets while I tell this tale. So Rohong Feldman sits down, glances you all in the eyes, and says, "It was about 20 years ago that I first stumbled upon a book left by an old pirate captain who unfortunately tended to suffer mutiny. I don't know if it was because he mistreated his crew or just perhaps he didn't look very nice and was the sort of person you like to mutiny with. But regardless, he became so paranoid that when they were doing the plundering, he would sneak off in the middle of the night to nearby islands, bury the treasure, and then come back on ship before anybody noticed. It is a search for one of these treasures, in fact, that brought me and my crew of fine friends to the seas. We were searching. We had a small amount of magic with us, we had a telescope, and we had an excellent cargo ship. Unfortunately, it looks like the captain himself got greedy, for the first thing I know was fighting in the middle of the night. I was woken up by the smell of smoke to find the lower decks fully ablaze, and the crew fighting not just the captain, but several of each other. They were stabbing each other, hacking at each other, and it was all I could do to jump out of the boat because I thought I saw a palm tree just in the distance here. So I made it to this palm tree, the beach sand, and fell asleep, woke up, and here I am. I bring this to you only because it is my hope that you too may soon have a boat that would carry us back on the water. And if you are willing to give me passage, I can tell you where this treasure chest is.
I cast divine sense. Thanks for letting me know that I should do that, Mary.
Also, he's charmed.
Oh, nice.
No, he made the save. The success was the save, not the spell.
Oh, did he? Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. You sense intense evil emanating from him.
Oh. I'm gonna sneak over here near the professor, and I'm gonna whisper to him, "Professor, something's wrong with this guy. I don't trust him at all." My divine sense is telling me there's pretty strong evil coming from him.
Oh, I guess we'll have to see. I mean, keep a close eye on him, Gilligan.
Do you think we could tie him up in one of the tents?
Well, I don't know. We'd have to have an actual reason other than we suspect him of being a bad person.
Oh, I cast divine sense, and my divine sense says he's very evil. That's, it's not just intuition.
He looks in your direction. You don't think he couldn't have heard you, could he?
I'm getting a bad feeling about this. I think I just whipped myself.
Gilligan!
I'm sorry, Skipper. I'm gonna go change my pants. I'll be right back. We'll assume Gil just ducked into a little shelter.
Now, Rohong says, what about dinner? I don't know about you, but I'm very hungry.
Hide the goose.
The goose is busy.
And the goose is running in circles around the beacon.
Poor goose.
The goose ran away when we brought him back to the camp.
Yep.
Ginger's
Let's
continuing
offer
to
him
ply
Do we
him
have
with.
any of that snake soup? Let's offer him some of that.
First course.
Well,
Here we go,
do
darling.
we have anything else to offer him after all? The
All
boar
right.
isn't cooked yet, right? I mean, it's going to take a while to cook a boar.
Yeah, it's. I'm going to say at this point, it's what kind of you're cooking meat over the fire.
Yeah.
All right, so you offer him the snake, and he eats it. He says, poisonous.
Professor, I'm pretty sure that was a constrictor snake. They're not poisonous, are they?
It was enough to paralyze him.
Oh, that's true.
That was the centipede.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a
the
centipede.
centipede parrot.
So, are you going to sit and eat with him, or what would you like to do?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I trust Gilligan on this one.
I'm not saying I don't trust him. I'm saying, what do you do if no one's done anything that you know of?
Yep. I mean, on the other hand, you are all stranded on an island. It's not like anyone's going to arrest you.
Skipper is absolutely oblivious and is helping himself to some slightly underdone boar meat and just chowing down.
Do you want to ask any questions of Rohong?
Where are you from?
I am from lands far, far away, beyond good, beyond evil, beyond life and death itself.
Oh, you're from Paris.
Yes, Paris. That's where I'm from.
Oh, interesting. I've never been there.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
He looks at you and says, sorry, I don't speak Paris.
Oh, but you said you were from Paris.
Well, yes, but my family spoke many languages except, strangely, not Parisian.
Parisian's not actually a language. It would be French.
Isn't that something?
So why did your family not speak French?
Oh, we were just
how
too
did
busy.
you not know it was French if you lived in France?
Maybe I took a blow upside the head here. Maybe I'm still a little groggy from this whole trip. Is your boat going to be ready soon?
You didn't have anything more than cuts and scrapes. It seems odd. Professor, you know more about this. Do you see any evidence of a head injury?
Let's see. I mean, I can look it over. I'm not actually that kind of doctor, but I can give him a look.
Well, still, you'd certainly be closer to a real doctor than any of us.
Sure. You feel pretty confident that he doesn't even have any scrapes on his face or head, just kind of his arms and body when you found him. You can't say for sure he didn't take a blow upside the head, but doesn't look like it.
Right. Perhaps you're in shock.
So, about that boat. When might it be here?
Well, hopefully tomorrow, darling.
I mean, we don't have a way of predicting that. If we knew when the boat would be here, we could specifically build the beacon to be on at that time.
Ah, I see. And he just notices the beacon. Oh, and look at that tasty, tasty thing running around it.
Yes, that's powering it.
That's Mr. Quackers.
Do you mean to tell me that you don't have a ship?
No, we told you. Our ship wrecked as well.
And you don't have someone here to rescue you?
If we did, we wouldn't still be here.
So you're stranded on this island just like me, with nobody knowing you're here.
Well, it was only supposed to be a 3-hour tour. We haven't been here long. I'm sure the tour company has missed us by now and will be sending out a search party.
Tell me more about this tour company. Are they wealthy? Do they have lots of men?
I don't know. I just paid for a 3-hour tour.
Well, Skeeper's the one in charge, and Gilligan knows. Gilligan knows because he's the first mate of the tour company.
Well, it's just me and little buddy.
I'm little buddy. Hi.
Okay, so it looks like no one may be coming to rescue you unless that works. And he points to the thing. So that thing better work, huh?
That's why we're counting on the professor.
All right. So as you're cooking and talking that, the evening does go forward, and it is pretty seriously into dusk at this point. Is there kind of anything you want to do during this evening period?
See, it doesn't require... So I'm going to make an alchemy jug.
I think we should come up with some kind of a schedule and have at least 2 people standing watch at all times and sleep in shifts, just to make sure he doesn't try anything at night.
All right.
Also, on the alchemy jug, no problem. You can make it out of basically anything you want, because you're pretty good at that sort of thing.
Okay. If you could chuck one into the party sheet, that'd make it easy. Unless I can just make it up. Yep. I'll actually need it chucked into the party sheet or something. Fantastic.
There we go. Okay, so it is getting toward evening, and you notice Rohan is starting to get a little restless. He says, I love the evening, but it has been a long day, and I think I'm tired again. Is it okay if I sleep in this, whatever this is, kitchen? Dining room? And he makes his way over.
Of course, hope so.
He grabs a blanket that some cloth that you had scavenged and puts it over the door so that you can't see him.
I don't like the idea of him in there with our food. Actually, we don't really have a lot of food, do we?
No.
What all do we have in In the tent where he is, or the cabin, or whatever it's called, what all do we have in there?
Well, you had said it was the dining hall, right? So it's basically, eventually you're going to be getting like utensils and things made out of sticks, but for the moment, not much. Kind of a
Yeah, like the
makeshift table.
roast, the pig is still kind of roasting, and
Yeah.
it's like over the fire, and we gave him the snake stew.
Does anybody else
coconuts
figure out that
have been
Rohan
consumed.
is an anagram of "oh wrong"?
So it is.
Okay, so
Well,
you had said
I volunteer to take the first watch. Does anybody want to? I think we should have at least 2 people. We should alternate throughout the night.
I'll watch with you, says Ginger.
Okay. And which tent is "oh wrong" in?
the northwest. This is the tent that he entered.
The one where Skeeper is?
No, the one I.
Oh, Skeeper moved to that tent just as you did. Okay. So, yeah, I think I'll just hang out here outside this tent for a while. And who wants to take the second watch? We need 2 people. I'll take the second one. You want to take the second watch with me, Skeeper?
Sure, little buddy, we'll do that.
Okay, we'll get up in 4 hours, and I'm guessing Gilligan's tent would be next to Skeeper's.
Probably. Once you put the rest of the characters into a tent.
Except for whoever's going to stay up and watch "oh wrong" with me.
And Lovie stays with Thurston.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, so we actually do have an extra tent since they're staying together.
So I guess in the night I'll use the alchemy jug to make water, fresh water, and then that way I've got a different use for it.
Sure, that sounds fine. Okay, so you are taking your first watch there, Mary Summershield and Ginger Grunt. Things are generally going okay, although it is pretty scary in the middle of the night. The fire is starting to die down. You do keep it up. About the only things you hear are sort of the howling of the wind through the branches of the trees. You can hear the waves from the beach off in the distance. You hear the occasional squonking of the goose as it moves around the beacon. I'm going to say you did put like some kind of torch style thing in the beacon so that it's shining light upward, correct?
Yep.
All right. And towards the end of your shift, things get pretty freaky. We're going to take a word on weird. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I am regaling Mary with stories of my glamorous movie life so that she does not get bored.
Cool.
I'm totally not bored.
We are halfway through the session here tonight, so we're going to take a 5-minute break just so that everyone can get up, maybe get something new to drink, take a bio break, whatever you need to do. We're going to come back in 5 minutes. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Yay.
Glad you said that because I don't know if you
All right, welcome everyone back to D&D Night on DDOstream here on twitch.tv/DDOstream. D&D Night brings DDO players playing tabletop every Sunday night from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/DDOstream. Give us a follow, won't you? Do want to point out that we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, and you can find out more at fantasygrounds.com. You can get even a free account and just go check it out. They have the most virtual licenses of any of the online tabletops. We are on a middle of a 3-hour tour here with Gil Egan and crew who shipwrecked on a deserted desert isle and are working to find their way hopefully back home. So far, they've managed to keep themselves alive with some food. They found a coconut. They cooked a snake, although so far it looks like only Rohong, who is a visitor that they found on shore, ate it. They did find a visitor on shore by the name of Rohong Feldman, who claims to basically be a traveler in search of a hidden buried treasure. Found himself ashore, perhaps, according to his story, a mutiny. And we are in the middle of the first shift with Ginger and Mary Summershield taking watch. Towards the end of the watch, they start to hear a rustling coming from the south.
Did you hear that?
I did. I don't know. What should we do? I don't want to leave this tent unguarded because I don't trust this guy, but if something's going on, we should know about it.
Okay, I'll sneak over and look.
It's near the end of the shift. Wake up the skipper and Gil Egan.
Oh, good idea. Skipper! Skipper! What? Oh,
Shh.
oh, what's going on?
So the skipper was just in the middle of a dream where he was being chased by something. And you wake up and you hear kind of shuffling to the south. It's just outside of firelight, however.
Run down and grab little buddy and start charging.
All right, when you charge...
Come on, little buddy!
Oops.
Basically yank his arm up and start running towards it with my spear, or my my javelin.
All right,
aloft.
as you get close, let's see. You see a zombie. It is shuffling the living dead, rotted flesh, stumbling towards you. And
Those aren't
you
eggs!
start to see some others nearby.
Time to get up!
Roll for initiative.
Ghosts of the crew? Everybody or just the
Yes,
skipper and
everybody.
Gilligan?
Well,
Skipper's screaming, time to
it's
get
fine.
up!
Everyone can just take initiative now.
Okay, so it was everyone.
I didn't roll so well.
All right. So, where do we start off with here? Thurston, you wake up with a start and hear the commotion going on outside. What do you want to do?
Do they have windows still?
Oh, sure.
Like
You can
they
kind of
had-
see through if you want to.
Well, I see there's zombies. That's no good. I get this new handy hunting crossbow.
Also, did everybody except Marianne and Ginger get a short rest? We were going to do 4-hour shifts.
Sure.
So from hiding, I'll shoot this one.
Nice. So you basically use it like a a machine gun there and just right through the thing at it.
Yep. And then a bonus action hide.
It sort of chunks into it, does damage it, doesn't even recognize. One other thing I would note is if you look on the map here, your characters see this as well. They are in a strangely exacting line, almost as if they're walking in formation.
I do see that.
All right, Ginger.
Okay, I'm going to start with doing on Gil again a bardic inspiration. So I'm going to start waveringly singing about how we're just going to.
Gilligan already has inspiration because he's Gilligan, I guess.
You're right. Gilligan had inspiration because remember in the show he would be inspired if necessary.
Well, I will do it on Marianne then.
Thanks, Ginger.
You're welcome. Now, how
Looking
do I
at
do
Ginger
this?
and her amazingly coiffed hair, despite all this, just fills you with inspiration.
I am inspired to get my hair done as soon as we get off this island.
So that is you can wait and then you choose to use the bardic inspiration. Where is it?
I already added it to myself.
Okay. All right, and so that was the bonus action. So she's going to pull out this sling and sling some stones at this zombie. Which would be zombie 2.
That is a hit.
Ooh.
And the zombie is wounded.
There we go. Is it one sling attack?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And I'm not really worrying about ammo. You have little rocks and stuff that you picked up. So, Murray, it's your turn. Or Mary, it's your turn.
Well, I really hate to leave. I don't have a ranged weapon. I'm going to hold.
You have a javelin. You can chuck the javelin.
Actually, not according to this. I don't.
Oh, don't you?
It's
Okay.
not nope, I do not have a javelin. Should I have a javelin?
No, if it's not on there.
I don't want to get too far away from this tent because I don't trust Rohang. So I'm going to hold my action for now.
You could check to see what Rohan's up to if you want.
Ooh, there's a thought. I will check to see what Rohan's up to.
You pull aside the cloth. He is not there.
He's gone, guys. Well, that does it. Was that a free / bonus action? Can I now
Sure.
run up to a zombie?
Yeah.
I think the closest zombie to me is zombie number 2. Can I run that far?
I don't think so.
I don't see my speed on here. What is my speed?
Your speed is 30.
Okay.
It's on the main page.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. My speed's not on here.
To the right of your initiative?
Speeds are duh. I was totally looking in the wrong place. Oh, I went and put myself kind of at the corner of 4 different squares. So 1, 2, 4, 5. Nope, I can't. Well, I'm just going to move up to here. And that's about all I can do. Meanwhile, I am still looking around to see if what's his fate, Rohang, shows up somewhere.
Okay, Professor Roy, it's your turn.
Thanks, Lynn. Okay,
Sure.
I move up here, and then I'm gonna lob Grease, the spell.
All right. So it's a 10-foot or 5-foot radius, basically slippery
It is.
area.
Let's see.
Which makes
10
me
foot
need to
square.
share a DDO story really
Sorry.
quick. One time he lobbed grease, and the only one who fell down over and over and over was my Warforge. It didn't affect the enemies at all. So, the end.
Nice.
So,
All right, Zombie 2 needs to make a dex save. And fails. It is now fallen down prone. Is there... Okay, Thurston, it is your turn.
okay. He's gonna do what I did last time.
That is a hit as well. Nice. Heavily wounded, Zombie 3.
And hide.
Gil, your turn.
Okay, come on, javelin, don't fail me now. I'm gonna throw my javelin at zombie number 2.
That is a hit.
I don't know why I keep getting an attack of opportunity.
You're at disadvantage because it's prone, and you're doing a ranged attack
Oh,
against it.
okay.
Nice. Took some heavy damage there.
And that's it for Gil.
Could move up if you want.
No, Gil is very happy staying back
Keep in
here and
mind,
chucking
you just threw your
javelin at it.
javelin, so...
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll move up to here and grab my javelin back. Ooh, zombie.
All right, Lovey Wentworth Howell comes howling out of the tent. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Let's see. What is Lovey going to do? Lovey is going to cast Color Spray. A dazzling array of flashing colored light springs from your hand. The total is how many hit points of creatures it can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected. Blinded.
Just hostile creatures, or is Gilligan getting this too?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So the zombie is blinded by the color spray. And you've got basically color on your back there, Gil. You hear weird laughter in the background.
Who's laughing at me?
Skeeper, your turn.
I'll save you, little buddy! Runs up and pokes at it.
That is a hit.
Somehow manages to hit.
Okay, did some pretty serious damage there.
Don't you hurt my butt!
Zombie 1 moves forward and doesn't seem to spot you. Zombie 2 is blinded, prone. It's going to stand up. How long does that grease last?
A minute.
Okay, so it probably will need to make another dex save.
Yep.
If you want to throw it on it. It did manage to stand up. All right. It is going to do an attack on Gil Egan. And misses.
Phew.
Zombie 3 moves toward the goose and attacks.
Crap.
Not the goose!
Goose.
And misses.
Hooray!
That goose should have a pretty decent attack, because it's a goose.
Zombie 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 3, 4. That's all it is. It goes up to Lovey Wentworth Howell and attacks. That is a hit. And smacks Lovey across the head, wounding her.
Be careful of my hat.
Where did Zombie 5 go? Oh, here we go. Zombie 5 turns toward you. And just moves. All right, it is Zombie 4's turn. For those in the know, I do initiative each round. It keeps things fresh. Zombie 4 is going to be attacking Lovey. And misses again. Roy, your turn.
Okay.
Gotta push.
You know, I do this all the time, you would think. Anyways. Doesn't require concentration, so he's going to put more grease over here for zombie number 5 and 3. Curses. In that case, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he'll be there for them to come.
Okay. Ginger, your turn.
I'm gonna rush forward daintily and poke at it with the spear.
You know you're in front of
You
Luffy and not the
hit.
zombie, right?
Yeah.
Or are you throwing the
There you
spear?
go.
They were hard to tell apart.
I beg your pardon?
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, dear.
It is wounded. Okay, Lovey is going to set down her pina colada and then attack with the club. And hits for 2 points of damage.
I severely
dear.
love that image.
Thurston Howell, it is your turn.
Ginger hasn't put hers down. She's doing this one-handed.
Bummer.
That is an unfortunate miss.
Yep.
All right, Zombie 1's turn. Zombie 1 is, I don't know, maybe out of earshot? Either way, it's just moving forward. Mary, your turn.
Well, it looks like Gil, Egan, and Skeeper have their zombie under control, so I'm going to move up here and I'm going to smack this zombie as soon as I actually pull up Marianne and not Gil.
Girl fight!
Smack!
As a hit for 2 points of damage.
I'm helping! And that's all I got.
Skeeper, your turn.
Skipper! Okay. Don't you hurt Gilligan!
That's a hit. And that zombie crumbles to the
Ugh.
ground.
We'll
Nicely
take care
done.
of this one. You guys go protect the goose.
Will
Okay,
do!
Zombie 3 is attacking the goose. Oh no! Natural 20 on that one. Let's see. And I rolled 6 on the die. Unfortunately, that goose may be cooked eventually. Either way, it could be cooked and still be dead. It is dead. Unfortunately, the goose is dead.
Honk, honk, I'm not goose anymore.
The zombie turns its attention to the professor and moves over.
And it trips. Hopefully.
Oh, actually, you're right. Let me do that. Pull a thing on it and see if, because it ended its turn in there. And it fails, so
Did
yes, it is prone.
What did that happen before it hurt
No,
our
it's
little
at
goose?
no, it's at the end of the turn that it makes its dex save.
Oh.
Zombie 5 is going to stumble over and around and attack the professor. That is a hit for 3 points of damage. Gil, you're up. The zombie in front of you is dead.
Okay. I think the girls got that one, so I'm gonna run over here. I'm mad at these zombies. They cooked my goose. And I'm going to stab it with my javelin.
That is a direct hit for 2 points of damage.
I'm still helping. That's my turn.
All right, top of the order, Mary.
I am going to swing my club at this nasty zombie again.
That is a hit. And that did 2 points of damage to Zombie 4. It is
My
wounded.
characters are good at doing 2 points of damage.
Well, it is a club.
That's what Gil's getting with his javelin, too.
All right, Gil, your turn.
Speaking of Gil and his javelin. Javelin!
That's a hit.
Yay,
Ooh,
it's
6
not a
points
2.
of damage. Nice. Anything else you want to do?
I'm level 2. I don't have... there's no bonus actions that really look like they'd be helpful. So,
Okay,
no.
Professor Roy, you're up.
Okay. Professor Roy will use his attack to strike this zombie.
That's a hit. It is down.
And then he'll use his bonus action to use his hammer and his offhand to hit zombie number 5.
Nice. That's a direct hit.
It's actually 1 less than this.
Okay.
So for 3.
Sure. All right. Lovey is going to try to club the zombie in front. And that is a hit for 3 points of damage. And that is Lovey's turn. Zombie 1 keeps moving forward purposefully. Skeeper.
Going to run over here. Are these both still up?
Just 1. Just zombie number 5.
5.
Yeah, I'll take out 3.
And pierce it with the javelin. And keep rolling the.
Okay, it's Zombie 5's turn. Zombie 5 is going to attack Professor Roy. Clearly the biggest. Oh, natural 20.
Well, here we go.
For 8 points of damage. Heavily wounded. Thankfully, you were still alive. Ginger.
I broke a nail. Take that. Oh, that was a 5, but it didn't land on it. That one did.
All right, there you go. Thurston, you're up.
All right.
That is a hit.
And it's totally surrounded, almost. Thunk.
And it is down as well. With a crumple and a groan. Thurston, you could still move if you wanted to.
Yeah, he'll move over here and hide in this cabin.
All right. Zombie 4 is going to attack Ginger.
How rude.
And hit. Doing 3 points of damage to your hair.
Now I'm really mad.
Do I lose inspiration since that's what was inspiring me?
No. If anything, it inspires you even more greatness. Gil, your turn.
You're up. You're angry too.
Okay. I'm going to run over here and swing my javelin at this thing.
That is a hit. And it too crumples to the ground.
Yay!
Okay, I'm going to do one round still in combat here where you will move as normal and decide what you're going to do. What is it that you are going to do?
If we use some of this adhesive and some of your healing, can we fix this little goose?
Can we bring the goose back?
Well, you'd have to get over to the goose first. Thurston, it's your turn.
Okay. See that other zombie. Doesn't want it to come around.
Oh, you're attacking one? Okay. It is wounded.
Or we can go and see what's up with if the goose is salvageable or not.
Salvageable.
So you kneel down by the goose. It might still have a pulse. I think that's going to be your turn because you just moved, unless you want to take an action of some kind.
I can take an action, defeated a potion.
Very nice. Okay, so you do that. The goose goes honk, honk, in a very appreciative way.
Honk, I'm goose!
Mary, what are you going to do?
Let me see how close I can get to the goose. 1, 2. These lines are a little hard to see. I don't think I can get within touching range on one turn. I can't, but I'm going to come over here. And let's see. Cure wound. Healing word is the one that I can cast from a distance.
Yep.
I can't. Oh. Right. I cast healing word on the goose.
All right, the goose starts running around again.
Does anyone here speak goose?
Well, as a matter of fact, you believe who speaks? Oops.
Also, yes, I'm
Lovey
totally
says, as a matter
ignoring
of
the
fact,
fact
I
that
can
the
comprehend
professor...
languages. I might be able to tell about the goose.
Who said that?
Lovey.
Lovey. Lovi, ask the goose why it ran away when it saw Rohang.
Well, let me get over to it. So Lovi basically moves over and casts Comprehend Languages, and that is her turn. Skeeper, you're up.
Oh, I'm gonna run over and see if Johann is okay, because I don't know anything about him being gone.
Okay, so you're going to move up to the tent?
Trying to get my map under control, but yes.
All right, are you going to do a double movement then?
Yes.
All right, Ginger, you're up.
Okay, is Ginger aware of Zombie 1 that's
Yes.
run off?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What is my range on sling? Range 120 feet. Okay. So she's going to move up some. And sling at this zombie. And completely miss. But be pointing at it and going, there it goes, there it goes.
Okay. So before Lovi takes her turn, Rohang is going to cast the spell Web centered on Lovi. So I need you all to make, let me double check, dex checks, I think. Specifically, all would be the Goose, Lovi, Mari, and Professor.
Ha ha ha.
All right. You managed to dodge it. Let's see about Lovi here. Lovi fails. So do the Professor. And I'm just going to say the Goose fails too. You are stuck in sticky webs. And Rohang is off down the trail. You can see him clearly casting it as he moves forward to you.
Okay, see, now we have a good enough reason.
I would say so.
Lovi can still talk to the goose even though she's stuck.
Is moving towards you at a slow pace.
Please walk into that grease.
Zombie 4 is done. Okay. Okay, Rohang's turn. He is going to cast Grease centered on a point of Skeeper to try to get Skeeper and Ginger. So Skeeper and Ginger make dex checks.
Okay, Dex. 23 for Ginger and 13 for Skipper.
All right, Skipper is stuck.
Oh, help me! Help me, little buddy!
I'll save you, Skipper. I mean, Skeeper.
And Thurston, you don't have to make a check unless you're going to leave that hut.
Okay.
You hear Rohang say, I'm sorry I had to do it, but I need some people to help me search.
Search for what?
Ginger, your turn.
Ginger is not stuck.
Correct.
Alright, she will run forward with her spear aloft and spear at the zombie.
That is a hit. for 7 points of heavy damage.
Ooh.
Anything else you want to do? Nope. Okay. Thurston,
My hair!
you're up.
You hurt my hair!
It is Thurston's turn.
Okay.
That is a hit, and you're basically poking it through the thing there. Okay.
Yep. Surprise! I'm hit.
And it is wounded.
Better section hide.
Okay. Lovey is stuck. Let's see, another deck save then.
She had tried to talk to the goose.
Yep.
Did we find out anything?
I did get the chance before she got webbed, and she did stay in there, but she does go wonk, 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 wonk. However, then she says, oh, no, I actually want to talk. It's the goose is stuck too. She was trying to tell the goose to free her. Probably not very useful. Mary, your turn. You were free as well.
Okay, well, I kind of want to attack Rohang, but it looks like the professor is pretty badly injured. So I'm going to move over here to the professor, carefully stepping around I forget whether it's a web or grease. Do I need to make a save again against web, or am I done with that?
Don't know. Probably, if you're going to stay in it, you probably do need to make a save. I would suggest getting out of it, unless you really need to.
In that case, I'll just use Cure Wounds. This is my last Cure Wounds. I am throwing it on the professor.
All right, good healing. 7
And
points.
I'm done.
Skeeper is stuck. Make a dex save.
Okay. Dex.
Unfortunately, that is not enough. You are still stuck. Anything you want to try to do, though?
Let's see. Can I see zombie?
Yeah, you can see zombie one. It kind of. Well, no, the structure's in the way.
Okay. Javelin. 120, actually. Can I see Rohan?
Yeah, you can see Rohan. I think you actually have legit line of sight.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I think I'm in range of him with the pitch and the javelin. Your
Yep.
call.
Sure, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay. We'll go for it.
That is a hit. You hit him.
Woohoo! And damage.
All right, 8 points of damage. Rohan is injured. On top of that, he looks like he is a little unstable right now. Like he's swaying a little bit.
Well, that's
Professor.
good. Grease. Because I can't move because my speed's 0, but I can still cast Grease.
Sure.
Darn it.
Yep, made it this time. And did you make a dex check? Oh, you did, actually. No, you didn't make a dex check. Why don't you make a dex check for me?
Sure. Check.
Nice.
Oosh.
You managed to break free of the web at the end of your turn. Gil, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my javelin at Rohang.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's a hit.
Wow. I'm gonna do underwhelming damage.
It was a fart.
All right, no problem. Zombie 1 is going to try to slam Ginger and misses. We're at the top of the order with Mary first.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come down here. I can't really get close enough to hit him since I don't have a ranged weapon. So I'm just going to come down here and hold any more actions. If he moves within range, can I attack him then? If I'm holding my action?
Sure. Yeah, if he gets in range, you can attack. Yep. Lovey is going to make a dex check. And is still stuck in the web, so let me see if there's any actions. Nope, can't take any actions per se either. All right, Rohong's turn is going to cast a spell upon itself. And is going to move out of the grease. However, he's kind of clutching his stomach. Thurston.
See if I can make him clutch his stomach more. Maybe he loses concentration.
Oh, yeah. Did you hit? You did. Let's see. Yeah, that was a pretty serious hit, right?
Yep.
Loses concentration.
Okay, let's try this again.
All right, Gil Egan. Well, what are you going to try again?
Javelin.
You already threw it.
Oh. I'm going to throw my light hammer.
Okay.
I forgot I had it does 1d4 instead of +1 instead of 1d6 +1, so
That was a miss, unfortunately.
and I'm gonna start moving up here so I can pick up my javelin and my hammer. And also so I can stand next to Marianne.
She's
You hear some
pretty.
weird laughter in the background. I don't know what's up with that. Ginger, it's your turn.
Oh, let's see. We're gonna spear at the zombie again. Wrecking my. He made my tiara fall off. Take that.
All right.
Took some damage. And Professor, your
3
turn.
points of damage.
See, I can get out of there this time. So. Give him what I.
That was an unfortunate miss.
Bonus action off.
That is a
Telling
hit.
you, those offhand.
Did succeed a concentration check there. Did take 4 points of damage. All right, Zombie 1 is going to attack Ginger with a hit. Smacks her on the arm, hurts her for 5 points of damage. Skeeper.
You are not a gentleman, sir.
Oh.
Skipper is still stuck.
Yeah, make a dex check. Nope, still stuck.
He's gonna bellow encouragingly. You can do
All
it!
right, we are top of the order, and Lovey goes first. Let me see about a dex check there. Continues to not make it, and continues to squonk and goose. Rohong. Let's see. Rohong is going to attempt to touch Professor Roy. Ooh, natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Instant death of 24 points of damage
Oh, no.
as Professor Roy basically shrivels into like a corpse and then falls to the ground.
Who's gonna make the coconut radio now?
And it gets hit points back because of that. Okay. He laughs and says, I will give you one last chance for the rest of you to survive. Stop attacking now and become my slaves.
Why is he healed a little bit?
Why indeed, huh?
I don't like that.
Thurston, your turn.
He's not into it. He's too rich to be a slave.
All right. The Rohong did make that concentration check as well. You did, however, hit. All right, looking pretty good. Anything else you want to do? No? Okay, Ginger, you're up.
Okay. Spearing again. Hitting.
Hit. 2 points. Oops.
Whittling
Sorry, it
away
was
at it.
Skeeper's turn.
Oh, okay.
We both hit the next turn.
Okay.
So start with the dex check, see if you can break free. No, unfortunately not.
Bellow even more encouragingly.
All right, Zombie 1 is going to attack Ginger. That is a hit. Ooh, for 5 points of damage.
Oh!
Mary.
I don't have any more cure spells left.
You do remember that you do have, they're over by the campsite, but you do have some coconut healing. From the giant centipede guts.
Okay, I'm going to run over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's around in here somewhere?
Sure, you can go look.
Okay, I'm looking for the coconut healing.
All right, you happen to find a set that had fallen not too far away, and you scoop it up.
Okay, and I am already... Well, actually, if I'm not going to... Well, I'd still need to use an action to heal, right?
Yeah, let's say it's an action to scoop it all up, too.
Okay. So, yeah, I use it. So, yeah, I'm done then, because I used an action, and I moved.
All right, Gil. You're Gilligan? Gilligan's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I am Gilligan. I'm getting confused here. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to pick up my javelin and my hammer. Is that an action?
No, that's fine. I'll let that be a free action.
Okay. So, here goes throwing the javelin again. Oh.
Ooh, hit. Direct to the back. Or no, miss?
No, that was a
Okay.
2, not a 20.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, if you want to count it as a 20,
No,
I'm fine with that, but...
All right, we are at top of the order with Lovey here again. Let's see about another dex check. Nope, and continues to squonk in Goose. This time the Goose squonks back. Mari, you've got coconuts. Let's say you've got 2 healing coconuts, and wherever you are. There is web in the way, so you might want to go around that.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to
Actually,
add.
never mind. There is not web in the way because he broke the concentration on it.
I still can't get quite close enough to Ginger to use it. Can I?
Oops.
I was here. Hang on a sec.
One, two, three.
Map's not cooperating.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
What do I roll on Ginger to heal her?
I don't have to roll anything. You just give it to her.
Okay, I give Ginger a healing coconut.
All right.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And the coconut oil is actually really good for your hair and your skin. So you can undo some of that damage you did to your hair.
Speaking of which, it is your turn, Ginger.
I will start rubbing in the suntan oil into my skin and where it hit me and everything.
Yep. I do a cure spell on you, which is, what is that? 1d8, 2d8?
Potion is 2d4 plus 2, and the cure wounds is a d8 plus spell modifier per level. The spell modifier doesn't change though, just the d8s.
All right. So if the potion's 2d4 plus 2, just go with that.
Okay.
$5 points. And I just marked it on you.
Thank you.
I'm going to say that because, you're very good at this, you can also make an attack.
Oh, excellent.
That is a hit. I did 3 points of damage to the zombie. Professor, your turn.
Poor Professor. I'm sorry,
Professor is dead. Never mind. Gil, your turn.
Am I standing close enough that I can just grab my javelin?
No, you have to move over.
There?
Yeah.
Is there? What is this effect? This 10-foot effect?
That's the grease.
Do I have to make a save?
Technically, yes. So, yes. Dex. And I believe the square's actually there.
Oh.
So you pick up the javelin, but fall on your butt.
You can still attack.
Oh, my butt. I can?
You
You're
can
just
attack all
prone.
prone. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to. Do I have disadvantage, I'm assuming? Yes? No?
It'll
maybe?
calculate it automatically. I just gave the prone on you.
Okay. I'm going to stab with my javelin at Rohong.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
at disadvantage, and you missed.
But at least I kept hold of my javelin.
Yes, Thurston. You are 60 feet away. Yeah, you're going to have to leave that tent if you want to have line of sight.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Nat 20. Wow, awesome. Succeeded on the concentration check. It did do 23 points of damage, though.
Bonus
That
action hide.
hurt a lot. Now it is Rohong's turn.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can do this. Oh, not yet. Okay. He is going to cast Chill Touch on you, Gil Egan.
I'm cold.
And it hits
I feel cold.
for 7 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
He cackles. Skeeper.
Throw down. I cannot get over there, so I'm going to run towards zombie 1. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. There you go.
And I believe I threw my javelin, so I will use my great club.
That is a hit.
And hit.
Ooh, and it is crumbles to the ground. Dead
Huh!
again.
And if I have any movement left, but I don't think I do.
I don't know. Did you? Let's see. That'd be
Rohang's initiative is on
10,
fire.
15, 20, 25. Yeah, that was 30. That was 30. It is on fire, yes. He is going to cast... He's going to do another Chill Touch. And missed, surprisingly. There you go. All right, whose turn is it now? A Skeeper.
Skeeper!
You have the javelin
I'm
in hand, so if you
coming,
get line
little
of sight, you
buddy.
can chuck.
Ooh, I
I
can?
don't know if you can get line of sight, though. Let's see. 20, 30.
So let's
Yeah.
see, I'm going to run forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I don't think... Oh, well, let me see. Oops.
It's your call.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. I was going to say, otherwise I'll just keep running.
No, I'll give you line of sight.
Okay. Let's see.
Nice.
Ooh.
Strong hit. And lots of damage. As a matter of fact, enough to take Rohang to the ground.
I'll save you, little buddy!
Yay!
And you did.
Thanks, Keeper.
You do still have grease up, so, you know, there you go. Meanwhile, Lovey is conversing deeply with the goose, and Professor Roy is, unfortunately, basically looks like a mummy right now. His intelligence may not help you here. You have the dead body of Rohang Feldman next to you, Gil Egan, and we're out of combat. What would you like to do?
I need to stand up, don't I?
Yeah, you managed to stand up after slipping around comically for a little while.
I
After
guess
you-
we should search to see if he had anything we could use.
As a matter of fact, you learned some things. First off, he's clearly a spellcaster. You knew that, but a powerful one. He has got some serious high-level spell components. Based on what Lovey, who is a sorcerer herself, takes a look at, she says, I think he may have been a necromancer.
Huh.
That would explain the zombies. I wonder if that was some of his crew.
I wonder if that was his crew, or at least the crew that took him there.
I think he was just he probably got them to use them like he intended to use us to search this island for that treasure.
Yeah, speaking of
Oh.
treasure...
Does he have a map to the treasure, maybe? Or any kind of instructions?
Should we fix Professor?
I don't think there is any fixing of the professor.
Is
Unless you know how to
he's
raise
really
dead.
actually dead?
Yeah, oh yeah. He took huge damage. He's
I
a
believe
withered
that's
corpse.
first.
Wow.
He kind of went all end of Indiana Jones on him, and he kind of shrunk into. Actually, that was Last Crusade, wasn't it? Where he sort of shrinks into a mummy and ages and what have you.
Oh, that's
Anyway, that
sad.
happened. Yeah. So, when searching, you do actually see what looks to be a treasure map. Doesn't really tell you much, though, other than it has some squiggles in a language you don't understand. And Lovie is continuing to speak Goose, and so does not have time to read it at the moment. You see what looks to be a couple of palm trees, and then an X in the middle of it. On an island that, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's just a hand-drawn map. Could be your island.
Well, is there anything on there that we can actually recognize as being on this island?
Not really, although, I mean, if you want to assume that it's the island you're on, you could try to coordinate where the X is, maybe based on at least where you think you know of the shore, which is to the south, so the land is to the north of the shore. The rest might have to be, rolled for. Unless you've got an idea, I don't know. There is something that you picked up there, Skeeper. I don't know if you want to take a look at that or not.
What did I pick up?
Didn't you pick up the captain's book?
That was Thurston.
Oh, that was Thurston. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Thurston does remember that he does have the captain's book.
Which you can produce. Also, the professor's useful things are in the party sheet.
All right. So you start glancing through the book, and you say, hey, I think this might actually have something. The story basically goes that the captain was concerned about this mysterious passenger they brought on board. The guy paid a lot of money to basically be the one passenger crew for the entire group. Took him out into the ocean, got him lost, and as they were making their way back, there's no more writing. So maybe that fits with either the boat crashing or the necromancer crashing the boat on this island.
I mean, it makes sense to me. That way, you bring your crew with you to do the work, and
Yeah, I
you make
think
them
this
so
is
they
the island.
absolutely will never
And
get
he
tired.
deliberately crashed here and then got rid of the crew so they wouldn't want to share the treasure.
So let's
And he was
scout.
hoping to make zombies out of us to row him back to wherever he's from.
That might also make sense as to why the zombies were marching in a line-style formation. Maybe they're combing the island? Does that mean there's 7 more zombies out
More
there?
of them?
That's not a very good thought.
So, do any of the shoreline details on the map look like any of the shoreline that we've been on to where we could match it up?
Give
and
me
get
a
sort of
give
an
me a
idea?
skill check.
Uh,
I already asked that and you said no.
No, I said you need to roll for it.
What kind of skill check? Insight?
That would be a possibility. Sure.
I'll
All right.
do survival for Skipper. That was a 16, but it didn't take.
That's fine. I'll take it. So Mary comes up with the idea, hey, that kind of, see that little circle at the bottom there? That kind of looks like the beach where we washed up. And then who made the other check? Was that Skeeper?
Skeeper.
Yeah, Skeeper says, and I know enough about navigation that I would say this is our campsite. And if that's the case, then it looks like the treasure might be to the north.
Let's go! Sorry, Professor.
Should we bury the professor first?
I guess that would be the polite thing to do.
I don't think anybody here would actually suggest cooking and eating him, even though we are low on food.
I mean,
Well, it depends how long it takes, I guess. They didn't really get into that grisly detail on the show, but, you know.
Gilligan!
Professor didn't die on the show either.
Well, he got re-characterized.
Did he? I don't. It's been so long since I saw Gilligan's Island. I do
Actor
not
stayed the
remember
same,
that.
but he was
Oh.
actually a different person in the pilot than he was in the rest of the show.
That's different than having him basically vaporized into a corpse.
I guess store him until, because he's still whole, until we find the treasure or don't find the treasure.
Yeah, let's put him in his cabin and throw the other one on the fire. But put him in his cabin, and then maybe we'll find something to fix him.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds fine. So you make your way to the north, and after doing that, and hunt for the treasure. And sure enough, thanks in large part to the Skeeper's navigational skills, you see what appears to be a barbecue-style spit laying in the path around a corner ahead of you.
I could eat some barbecue.
Did you share that map? Because I don't have it.
Oh, sorry. Let me share it.
Yeah.
All right, you got it now? Or it's loading?
It's loading. It's still loading.
Okay, I've got a map.
All right, so you see basically in a forest clearing here that there is what appears to be a barbecue spit sitting in the middle of the trail.
Let's cautiously check out that barbecue pit.
Oh, is that what that thing is to the north?
I'm a man who knows my barbecue. That's a barbecue pit.
I sure could go for some barbecue, Skeeper.
Me too, little buddy. Start.
All right, so make your way over there if you want. And it looks like the X should be somewhere around the barbecue spit.
Hey, food's pretty scarce. Maybe the treasure is the barbecue.
Good idea. Skipper takes a big sniff because he's got a very refined palate for barbecue, so he should know exactly what's cooking.
I'm looking at Mary Ann saying, hey, good looking, what you got cooking?
All right, so it looks to have been a place that clearly was used for camping at one point, although has not been used in quite some time. You don't see any footprints or anything in the area. X should be somewhere around the area here.
You know there's an X on the map? Is that where we should be digging?
Maybe. That's where the X sort of seems to indicate it would be. It's right between those two
Hey
trees.
guys, do you think this shovel would help? Skipper pulls out a shovel.
Nice.
Right here I'm facing south. Right here to my right, Skipper. I think this is where.
Okay. Starts wildly digging.
All right, you start
Getting
digging,
most of it on
and
Gilligan.
then you hear like a whoosh for the sand. You hear some laughter in the background. And then you hear like a squish. And upcoming, rising from the ground, is this gigantic snail-looking creature that
Ew.
He
is
said
not
he was
happy with the
French.
shovel. Time to roll
It's
for
an
initiative.
escargot. And he wouldn't even know what that meant because he didn't speak French.
All right, initiative time.
Okay.
All right, Mary, you're first.
I am? I only
Yeah,
had a six.
for
Gil had
some
an
reason
18.
it put the initiative
Okay.
order in the middle rather than towards the top, so I just reset it. So Mary, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to swing my club at it.
That was a miss.
I duck just in time to keep from hitting myself with the club as it backswings.
Skeeper.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out my club. And totally miss, I think. Yes.
All right,
Damn
Lovey
escargot.
is going to let's see. Yeah, Lovey will run up and do a club attack as well. Ew, ew, and misses. Ginger.
All right, let's see.
Come on, Ginger.
Spear at it while singing a jaunty French tune. And also miss.
So it's part of it is that you're hitting it, but it's got real thick skin and a real thick shell, and it's just hard to pierce. And I'm actually going to get rid of Professor Roy because he is dead. So Thurston.
Play best. Okay. Move around here.
All right, that's a hit. Thurston has just been eagle
Finally.
eye tonight.
Oh, that Hutton.
Good 10 points of damage there.
Golf and whatnot.
All right,
But
Gil.
second.
Oh, let
I
me
don't
get rid of
think
your
I don't
prone.
think he's still prone.
No, I'm going to get rid of that. Okay.
Gil is going to well, since that's so big, if I'm like here, I'm within.
It's
touch
close
distance.
enough, sure.
Okay. Javelin time. Yeah. I'm not even going to add inspiration to that.
Oh, by the way, that attack did destroy one of its tentacles.
Fantastic.
I missed. That's my turn.
All right. It flails with its 4 remaining tentacles. First on Lovey with a hit for... Oh, no. How could Lovey
Oh,
be
no.
dying? Lovey is down.
Oh no! Oh, Lovey. Ginger, you can have her wardrobe.
Did she spill the pina colada? That's the important thing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, no. As she fell to the ground, she managed to set it balanced in the sand for the next person, I guess.
Oh, wonderful.
Mary is a miss. Gil Egan
Not Lil Buddy!
is a hit.
Oh no.
Oh no, and you
Oh,
are
no!
unconscious as well.
Am I unconscious or am I dead?
Well, you're unconscious. You're dying at the moment. The reason that Roy died as he took exceptional damage. He was basically what is it? I can't remember what
He was
term
killed
put in the
twice
combat
over
log.
one hit.
Yeah, there you go.
Ah.
All right. So then the final attack will be against Ginger, and that is a miss. So Lovey fails the first death save. Thurston, you're up.
Thurston, don't forget there's a potion of healing in the parcels.
Okay. Thurston's going to try to continue doing what he's particularly good at the moment.
I didn't mean to distract you.
Bonus action hide.
Oh, we didn't get a chance to rest. I don't have any healing left. Oh, wait. I only gave Ginger one coconut, didn't I?
Correct.
That's true.
I
You
am
have a
going
coconut.
to pour the content. I'm going to force open Gil's mouth, handy that he's right next to me, and I'm going to pour the contents of the other coconut into Gil's mouth.
All right. Gil is up to 1 hit point.
Gil, that's all I can do. I'm out of spells.
Skeeper.
Okay, great club.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Fantastic.
did that go? Nice.
Ooh, 18
Oh,
points of damage.
yes.
Nice.
That's another head.
It is indeed.
Yeah, did that get some tentacles?
It did. It is down to 3.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Of course, it could still kill us all.
So first it's going to attack Mary. And miss.
Phew.
It's going to attack Ginger. And miss. And it's going to attack Skeeper. With a
Oh,
hit
no. Now I'm out of potions, too.
for 6 points of damage.
I'll shake it off.
Shake it off.
One more thing it's going to do. It emits a dazzling light. It'll shed bright light in a 30-foot radius. Creatures that can see it have disadvantage on attack rolls against it. So, you're going to be rolling disadvantage.
So that's pretty much all of us, right?
Yes.
That's not good.
All right. Gil, you're up.
I'm no yet. Could you remove the unconscious? Can I do that myself?
There we go.
Okay.
There's a potion in the parcels.
Well, Gil apparently... It doesn't say anything about how many times. I don't have any little check marks for how often I can use it, so I'm going to heal myself.
With what?
Your wounds.
Well, you have spell slots.
Oh, that's probably the... That's weird. It appears differently on...
I think you
on
have
Gil,
the
though.
mode set for preparation rather than combat. The lower left of the screen, if you click the box from preparation to
Oh.
standard to combat.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming that's my... I know I used that at least once before. And also, I'm not the one that rolled the character up.
Well, no, but you just mark your spells like usual. So, but I think that's correct,
Okay,
though.
in
You only
preparation
cast
of- yeah.
one of your cure spells, so you should have a second cure spell left.
I cast one earlier, though. I'm pretty sure.
Because I saw a healing word and then 2 cures.
Healing word was actually from Marianne. Gil doesn't have healing word.
Oh, okay. Well, and I'm pretty sure he
Oh,
hasn't
yeah,
used
hands.
both of his spell slots yet.
And lay on
Okay,
hands.
I don't see lay on hands. Is that under abilities, maybe?
Yeah.
Aha. Can I also... That's a bonus action, yes? Lay on hands?
Standard.
Oh, so if I already cast
Correct.
as an action. Okay, so I can't use my lay on hands because I already used the heal thing.
Correct. And you'll be able to
Okay.
do up to 10 hit points when you do.
Okay, but at least I'm sort of back in it, even though I'm still grievously wounded. And so that is my turn.
All right,
Oh,
Ginger.
actually, can I disengage and move back?
You can move, but it would be you can't disengage because that's
Oh,
an action.
because that would be an
Yeah.
action. Okay.
Okay, so Ginger spears at it.
That was a good hit.
Good one, Ginger.
Thanks!
For 3 points of damage.
Which means it
Does it lose another flail?
Nope, not this time.
Oh. I figured maybe it lost one for every 10 points. It took 18 last round and only lost one.
Nope, it's if it takes more than 10 points. 10 or more. 10 or more. Thurston,
Okay.
you're up.
So I'll be attacking it with advantage. It gives me disadvantage from being bright. So that'll be regular. So I'll just take that.
Nice hit.
Big numbers, big numbers.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh.
9 points.
So it just needs one more to lose another flail.
Well, let me double check that. I don't think that's correct, though. Let's see. Yeah, whenever it takes... Oh, no, okay, that's correct. So that plus the earlier one does get rid of it. When it takes more than 10 damage on a single turn, one of its tentacles is destroyed. So 10 or more on a turn. Ginger.
Okay, Ginger
Come on,
does.
I have faith in you.
Ginger does remember that there is the healing potion because the professor had it. So she's going to give it to Lovey, and it is 2d4 plus 2.
Yes, but you have to move over to her first.
Okay. Wait, where am I?
That gives the snail an attack of opportunity?
Technically it does, but I'll say no.
Okay. So let's see. Hold on. Sorry. Juggling stuff around.
Okay, I don't think it really matters because it just brings her back up to 1 hit point.
Oh, it does? Okay.
From unconsciousness, yes.
But I got 8.
All right. Anything else? I think that's all you can do, right? Unless you want to do a bonus action.
Let's see. Hold on. If I have a bardic inspiration onto Thurston.
Nice.
Swank.
What does that do?
Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the die and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Sounds good.
It's a D20? What? That doesn't make sense.
Any D20 roll. The question is, what is your bardic inspiration at?
Oh, well, I'm 2nd level, so it says at 5th level it becomes a D8, so D6.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay, so there you go, Thurston.
Yeah, 1 bardic inspiration die, a d6. Correct. You can wait till after it rolls before deciding to use the die, but not before the GM decides whether it succeeds or fails. So, probably not relevant. It is the flail snail's turn. It has 2 tentacles left. It's attacking Mary and hits.
Oh
For 6 points of damage.
no! Okay.
And it's attacking Skeeper and misses. Mary, your turn.
I'm spry.
Well, since I can't heal anymore, I'm just going to swing at it, except that's Gil, not Mary. I'm going to swing at it with my club. I am going to add my bardic inspiration to that. So that's a d6.
Oh, wait, so the Bardic was just on who? Was it on Mary?
She gave me bardic inspiration ages ago, and I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gave it one to her earlier, and then I had a bit of a rest and gave
Sure.
one to Thurston.
All right, that sounds good then. As long as you don't roll a 1, you're good. Cool. That's a hit.
Okay. I'm helping. Yeah, that
For 2
I rolled a
points.
1 on the damage, but hey, that's okay. Better
That's
than
enough.
nothing, right?
That
That
makes
is my
it-
turn.
Lovey
That's
is
12
no
points
longer
this-
unconscious. And
or 11.
we'll try to club the snail with a hit.
Come on, Lovey.
Or 2 points of damage. I say, this thing is really gross. Gil, your turn.
I'm gonna stab it with. Oh, do I want to stab it with my javelin? Yeah, I'm gonna stab it with my javelin.
That's a miss.
I am going to use my bardic inspiration that you auto granted to me.
Okay, that's a hit then.
I rolled Mari's dice, but whatever.
All right, took 6 points of damage there. Still alive, definitely wounded.
And unfortunately, that's all I've got.
It is also down to 1 tentacle. Skeeper.
Yay!
Smash it.
That's a miss.
Oh.
And you already used your action surge, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Can I hit again?
sure. All right, that is a hit.
Come on, Skeeper!
All right, and in a squish, it goes to the ground, dead.
Yeah.
But was that what was laughing? Do snails laugh?
You hear some weird laughter coming from something. The snail is kind of over where you were digging. I assume you're going to kind of move it aside and keep digging.
Keep digging.
You
Keep
find
digging, Skeeper!
a chest.
Ooh.
This must be the necromancer's treasure.
I hope it's something that can help us get off this island.
I say it's mine, Lovey said. I died for it, or almost died for it. And Thurston says, yes, by all means. I believe it's hers.
Well, Skeeper's the one who dug it up.
Skipper's gonna bust open the lock with the shovel and flip the lid off.
Well, let's
All
make
right.
sure it's not a bunch of skulls first. Also, we're taking this snail's shell.
Yeah, that
Okay.
shell might come in handy.
It might indeed. You open up the chest to find the treasure that cost so many lives, including that of poor Professor Roy, the 12 crew people, and who knows what else the necromancer did. You carefully open the chest, hoping to see gold and see cannonballs.
Wah,
Oh.
wah, wah.
And that is going to do it with the 3-hour tour.
3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
tour.
All right. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate you being here. Let's do a quick roundup of the crew here. What do you want to promote? How about you, Lynn? You go first.
Well, we're on DDO Sundays with Alex and Lynn, and you can also check us out at eldritchentertainment.com or theamethystdragonfly.com, where we have DM screens and other fun things.
Awesome. You're up next then, Even?
You can check out Kobold Kindergarten on my Twitch channel. Oh, that'll be this Wednesday night. We're the second and fourth Wednesday every month. It's www.twitch.tv/koboldeven. It's basically me DMing a motley assorted group of people where we're very, very, very light on the rules and you fight things like cheese elementals and have weapons that have an effective grievous bodily fromage. And if you want to know what that is, you have to watch.
All right, and then finally here we have got we've got Groovy. You want to give any words there, Groovy?
Push
Yes.
stop.
Hey, I'm the other half. Again, in addition to Eldritch Entertainment and msdragonfly.com, you can check my Twitch channel out at twitch.tv/Gruby, GRUUBII. Every Wednesday night, I run D&D as well, and that's
All right.
8 to 11.
Sweet. And I'm Cordovan. You can find out more about DDO, the video game, DDO.com. That's normally what's on here all week long on twitch.tv/DDOstream. But on Sunday night, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, we do Tabletop. Sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. You can find out more by going to fantasygrounds.com. Fantasygrounds.com. So this is the tale of our castaways. They're here for a long, long time. They'll have to make the best of things. It's an uphill climb. The first mate and his skipper, too, will do their very best to make the others comfortable in this tropic island nest. No magic mouth, no elemental-powered streetlights, no airships or Orion rail, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, it's primitive as can be. So join us every week, my friends. You're sure to get a smile from our various dungeon masters here on D&D Night on DDOstream, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern every Sunday night, right here, twitch.tv/DDOstream. Have fun, everyone. See you soon.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
night.
Bye.